YouTube faithful, what's going on? It is Motivation Monday, and yes, it's a late video, but look, you can see my face because I am back in the office ready to go. The live streams will resume today at 5 p.m. Central Time. We have a lot to cover and not a lot of time to do it, so let's get started right off the rip. I want to thank you guys for watching the videos. Summertime is coming, and I know it slows down, but I would appreciate it, guys, if you just went ahead and smashed the like button. It really helps the channel. I do hate to ask, but guys, that's just the world we live in. That is just how it is. So if you hit that like button, know from me to you, I know you're doing the Lord's work, and I am very grateful. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button because I will be covering MLB and WNBA all summer long to help you guys along your journey. My approach is to try to keep it fun and entertaining and light, but also a strong analytical data approach. That is my keys. That is what I try to do that separates me from everyone else. And hopefully you have a good time and you learn something. If you learn anything watching these videos, then my job is done. So first, I want to talk about the NBA. If you saw NBA round 2, round 1, remove it from your mind. Let's not bog down on recency bias. We know round 1 was brutal for the most part, but look at round 2. Yesterday, that Cleveland game absolutely fed the masses. Halliburton, Donnie Mitchell, Unk, Jammin, Jerome, and Siakam, they all cashed. It was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So hopefully round 2 is going to be the thing that feeds us. Now, I am going to cover MLB today, which has been very, very profitable and good, albeit a few hooks here and there. If we're going 6 of 8 plays every day or 4 of 5, etc., then we can't be upset, but we will get to MLB. But first, let's talk about this NBA. I know all you D-Gens love the NBA. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about actually is a first quarter play, which is Jalen Brunson assists. Now, it looks like they do have it here at 1.5 as a Goblin on PrizePicks, but you can see he had 4, 4, 6, 2, 2. Now, this is a new series. We do have to keep that in mind, but listen, the Celtics are a tough defensive team. I do believe Brunson should be dishing a lot in this game. I'm going to go ahead and take more on his first quarter 2 assists. And to be honest, folks, I like his assist Goblin at 5.5 for the full game. Now, some of you be like, why not just take the full line? Well, you can see why. The range of outcomes is huge. You can go ahead and take him at 6.5, but I don't think that's optimal. 7 assists is a big ask. Can he get 7? Sure, but it's way more likely he lands on 6, and I will show you why. Here is Jalen Brunson's assist, okay? Last 5, he's gone over 6.5, 100%. Last 10, 70. Last 15, 67%. 2025, he's had a 57% hit rate. 2024, 55% hit rate. He is the offense. He scores, he dishes, he does it all. If you look at other point guards versus Boston, it's only 6 of 34, but you have to note what type of point guards we're playing. These guys are nobodies, but then you get guys like Devin Booker, Tyler Hero that we're covering in 38 minutes, 6, 9, John Morant with 5 and 35, Chris Paul with 5, Devin Booker again with 10. When you get to the studs, you can see that they're going over. Alexander, the GOAT himself, 7, Hero again, 6. So the range of outcomes that Boston is going to allow is anywhere between 5 and 7 for an elite point guard. That is why I went with the Goblin at 5.5. You can see the range of outcomes here. Granted, these are playoff games versus Detroit, tough games. 7, 7, 11, 9, 7, 8. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head how Boston is going to play Jalen Brunson. Could he go out there tonight and drop 30 and only get 3 assists? Absolutely. It's within his range of outcomes. But look at his potential assists per game, 12.5. He's averaging 7, 58 passes. I really just think this is going to be the move. If Boston is going to try to prevent Brunson from scoring, which conventional wisdom would say that they would, we have to look at the 5.5 assist line and we have to feel good about it. If we look at the last 15, see the range of outcomes for yourself. His floor is pretty much 5 in 15 games, okay? So I don't see a lot of timelines where he doesn't get this 5.5 assists. Now, don't shoot me if he doesn't get there, but I do like it. So that is play number 1, 5.5 assists, and the first quarter 1.5, which you can see here in the last 15, he's gone over in all but 2 games, and that was back in February and early March. And then in 2025, I mean, he's gone over it 69% of the time in the first quarter. So I will take my shot with that. And then the last thing I want to do is go to DG Fantasy. You can go to anyone you want. I use DG. They're my partner. Use code CRUSH. Get 25% off your first month. This is where I price shop all the books in real time. Every book imaginable. Bang. 6.5 assists. minus 118, plus 100, minus 115. So that means 5.5 assists is probably going to be close to minus 280 or something like that. But on PrizePicks, we don't pay that flat out. We have implied equity, implied odds here with the parlays. So if you were to take 5.5 assists with any random prop, it will pay you 2.25x, which is good. Now let's see about the first quarter. 2.5x. So, okay. So the first quarter is obviously more risk, but more reward. So I will leave that up to you. Peyton Pritchard is not going in my lineup. That is just a placeholder to show you the payouts. Okay. So make sure you're locked in on that. And then the third thing, we will check my projection model. And you can see I have Jalen Brunson projected for 6.6 assists right here. So with all those things in mind, we can feel good about taking Jalen Brunson, 5.5 assists. Now, you saw his projection. He's projected for 6.5 in my data model. If you want to take the shot and hope that he grabs 7, if you want to be risky for the biscuit, you can if you'd like. But this right here, these are the two that I'm taking for Jalen Brunson. In fact, low key, I kind of want to take less on his points. Now, the fact that it's playoff and I know he's going to play big minutes is the only reason I'm not going to do this for round 2 at the beginning. I want to see like how it goes. But yesterday I told everyone in the Discord under Curry 27.5, and everybody made fun of me, clowning me. Oh, game 7 Curry, he dropped 50, blah, blah. Guys, it doesn't matter. You have to look to unders. There's just way too much equity in the playoffs for unders when we're limited on choices and the lines are extremely high. Curry had a messed up thumb. The under soared, okay? I'm not saying Brunson's not going to get 28. He plays a ton of minutes. I'm going with the assist, but my gut would tell me to take less at 27.5. And now let's go over to look at the Joker who's playing my OKC Thunder. I'm wearing a Pirates hat today because I don't want to jinx the Thunder. To heck with that. We're making the swap in real time. We got the Thunder hat. Thunder in 6. Book it, my Thunder. Jokic is tired. The Nuggets are tired. I'm taking my shot on the Thunder winning in 6 games. Now, what are we going to do with the Joker? Well, I don't think he's getting 28 points versus OKC. Call me an office crazy, but I'm taking less on the Joker at 27.5, and I don't care. He's going to have to beat me. So be it. Now, if we go over back to Pick Finder, which, by the way, use code CRUSH, get 10% off for life. The link's in the description. And I will show you for MLB combining their tool with my tool, how powerful it is. We will get to that, but let's finish NBA first. Jokic less than 27.5 points. This is the range of outcomes. Can he get 28 points? Yes. Is this going to be sweaty like no other? Yes. Only one other center has gotten this line over against OKC before, and it was Sengun a month ago. He dropped 31 in 34 minutes. Outlier performance, obviously. Now, here's the thing. There's no other center in the league like Jokic, but I could see him getting 27, 9 assists, and 13 rebounds and still stay under 27.5. He should be tired. They played 7 tough, grueling games. But even in 2024, he's only gone over 45% of the time. Head-to-head, 27% of the time. Now, on March 10th, he dropped 35, but he played 40 minutes, had 35 points, 8 assists, and 18 rebounds, which is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about his rebounds. And then again in 2023, 28, 39, but we are a totally different team. What I care about is the 2024-2025 season, and he's come close, 24, 23, 16, 19, 24, 35, but you can see it was an Outlier performance. Guys, it's going to be sweaty. It is what it is. Let's check the projection model. First, we'll price shop him under 27.5. What do we got? Okay, minus 122 on Pinnacle, minus 1. It's probably going to bump down to 27 in my opinion. Maybe not, because a lot of people are hammering the over because it's playoffs and people like to sweat the overs. I understand it. I'm right there with you, but I got to go with the implied equity of these unders. 27.5 looks good. And then you can see his rebounds at 12.5 is slightly juiced over, which is what I was going to talk about. If you did want to take him, that is what I'd be looking at. But you can see here my projection model has him at 27.3, 12.5 rebounds, and 9 assists. So 27.3, which is not 28. It's not 28. It's close, but no cigar. So let's look at the rebounds. You can see he dominates us on the glass when he did play 18, 13, 20, 12, 10, 14. These are the ones that I'm most concerned with. Similar players, only 3 of 28 have hit the over. But again, there's nobody really that is that close to Joker. You can see Duran got 13 in 34 minutes a month ago. But again, he's going to be tired. So I'm going to take this one. And then if I was going to take an over on Jokic, it would be right here. The 10.5 rebound Goblin. Actually, I think you could go as far as 11.5. That pays 2.5x. The 10.5 pays 2.25x. So these are what I like. Over on the rebounds, under on the points for Jokic. Is it going to be sweaty for the points under? Yes. Is it crazy? No. Curry, I knew it was going to be a sweat, but it ended up being sweat free. Sometimes you just have to take what you know is too high, and 27.5 in the playoff versus the Thunder is too high. The Thunder are an elite defensive team, and Jokic is on the road, and OKC is fresh. They are not. So that is my analysis, my 2 favorite NBA plays. There's a bunch other that I like that are going to be posted in the Discord. I will give you 2 more. We'll talk about 1 more, which is going to be Tatum's RA at 14.5. If it's still up, did they move it? No, 14.5 for Tatum. I just think this is just a wagon you have to take. 18, 18, 13, 18, 16. I took Halliburton yesterday at 14.5. He cashed. I'm taking Tatum today at 14.5. Check the model, projected for 8 rebounds and 5 assists, which is 14. 14's good enough for me. There is that hook on it. I would love it at 13.5. We might be able to get it on parlay. We will look shortly, but definitely 14.5 for Tatum. If we check the pick finder, the head-to-heads are not good at all. 36%, 2024, 42%. But the last 5, he's gone over 80%. Last 10, 70%. Last 15, 67%. Similar players, only 4 of 32. But again, there is no similar player like Tatum. Kawhi Leonard got 17. Giannis got 16. I would put Tatum right up there with those guys. Denny Avdija got 20. LeBron got 20. Tatum is an archetype similar to those guys. I totally believe he can get 15 RA. And also, I like Tatum's Goblin points, which is going to be down here. His full point is 27. Yes, 24.5 points for Tatum. I think that's hitting, and I think that will be sweat free. It's 2.25x with any random line. So here you go. These are my favorite Tatum plays. We talked about Joker. We talked about Brunson. And then for the Oklahoma Thunder, guys, it's Alexander at 25.5 points. You can even go as far as 26.5 points. This should be hitting. It should be sweat free. Knock on wood. I am a Thunder fan. Hopefully we get a lucky game win right off the rip. We are going to be a little bit rusty. We are fresh. Denver's tired. We should get the W. Not going to go into a full analysis on Alexander, but in my models, he's going over 26.5 points almost 72% of the time. We can't ignore it. I hate betting on my own teams because it just always leads to disaster. But this is the playoffs. We got to sack up and get gone, okay? And hopefully Trent does. Listen, Trent is the mush of mush, and hopefully he doesn't jinx us because I know he's going to be hammering the Thunder and Alexander all series long. But hopefully round 2 feeds. So I want to pivot over to baseball because there is a lot of value today. Just like yesterday and the day before, let's attack it. Now, right now I am developing MLB tools that are going to be live in my Discord this month. Almost done with one of them. It's working. I will show it to you. The hitter side is in progress. You can get in my Discord and get access to all of these for just $24.99 a month. Right now, you will get my slips, my playlists, my MLB tools, my basketball tools, all the tools to make you a better fantasy player, a better pick'em player, a better long-term winner, and you get a ticket into the live stream, which is Monday through Friday. Today's will be at 5 p.m. Central, so don't miss it. There is a promo going on right now. The promo is MLB for new members, and that'll get you $10 off for your first month. Over 150 of you have used this promo. There is 50 slots left. I have it capped at 200. Once the 200 are used, the promo code will be gone, so the first 50 are going to get it. This will grandfather you into any price increases futures once my MLB tools are complete, which I will showcase later in this video. So make sure you lock in, and that live stream today is at 5 p.m. Central. Now, I host it through Dub Club, which gives you access to the Discord, which you can see here. You will have access to a daily prop list every day to your phone. Yesterday, Aaron Judge cash, Webb cash, Peralta chalked because he master classed. Mackenzie Gore cash. Bryce Elder hooked earned runs. Hooked his hits allowed. Demon cashed his 3.5. Reese Olson cashed everything. And then Freddie Freeman, I think he sold. But Saturday's playlist: Nola cash, Flirty cash, Fat cash, Spencer cash, Bubich, Rain Delay chalked him, Quintana cash, Falter, Hook, and that is that, guys. So this is what you can expect from the daily prop list for MLB and NBA. You get slips and links that look just like this. This was Saturday. I think Rodriguez chalked, but Happen Freeman cashed. You get these every single day. You will get lineups. You get role member lineups. They post their lineups in here. And then all the way down here at the bottom, the live streams, those will trigger Monday through Friday. You will get access to it. You can ask me anything you want. We cook together. I explain the process. And in addition, you get my projection models, which are right here in the PDF for you. All you have to do is look at it, and it's a cheat sheet for every NBA player, every MLB player, and more. And you're going to get access to my new tool, Crushed Bats, which will be releasing shortly. So promo code MLB, get in the mix. And if you do sign up with any of my partners, you do get 30 days free of the Discord if you deposit and send me the screenshot. That's ParlayPlay, Sleeper, Chalkboard, and Underdog. And we are going to build a ParlayPlay lineup here live momentarily. Let's look at ParlayPlay and see what they got. Well, they got boosts. And guess what? Guess who is playing today? Sandy Alcantara, baby. And he does not have his stuff. I think he's regressed hard. If he goes off today versus the Dodgers are kind of in a slump. They haven't been producing as much as I thought they would. The Braves just had 3 pitchers, Elder, Schwallenbach, and Holmes, deal master classes that are way above their range of outcomes. Hey, that's going to happen. Captain Crush says, we don't care. We stick to the numbers. And at the end of MLB season, we're going to have that ROI where it needs to be, which is going to be in the positive numbers, okay? So let's take a look. What do we got here? Well, ParlayPlay has a bunch of boosts today. They got Carroll. They got, what do you want? You want to take Michael Porter Jr. tomorrow? What do you want to do? You want to take Alexander's PRA? Captain Crush says, look no further. Cole Reagan's 5.5 strikeouts. I got him going for roughly 7 today. I have to take this on a boost. 1 entry up to 250. I got 40 in here. I might just load up 210 right here, right now, and max out that square. By God, I love 5.5 Ks for Cole Reagan's today. But who do we pair it with, Crush? Who? Well, I'm glad you asked. We got Brunson at 5.5 dimes. We got Tatum at 23.5 points or 24.5 points. Or what's his RA line on ParlayPlay? 14.5 and 11.5. They don't really have the 13.5, which would be absolutely crispy. So maybe we lead off for them. I kind of like my basketball with my basketball, my baseball with my baseball. Let's go check and see what they have for baseball today. Aaron Judge has been doing big boy things all season long. He's playing Pivetta today. I don't care if you want to take his 0.5 hits, runs, RBIs, or his 1.5 hits, runs, BIs, or his bases. He's always in play, and if he's been cashing you, do not get off the train. Just keep riding it until he sells. Once he sells, you can then take a break. But for now, you got to keep riding that train like mama taught you right. Now, you could go right here and just take Brunson and Reagan's, and it almost pays 2x, but we're going to do a little bit more than that. We can do better than that. If you want to take hitters, you take Judge, 1.5 bases today, or 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm not worried about anyone else. I'll be playing Dodgers roulette with the best of them. Ohtani, Tio, Freddie, Mookie, all 4 of them could go off. You anchor your pitcher, and then you use the hitters as darts. I teach that every day in my Discord. If you're confused about that, just lock into the Discord and you will learn. But actually, Paul Goldschmidt today has the edge as far as hits. Look at this payout for hits. Let's get rid of the Brunson there. If we were just to take Paul Goldschmidt to get a hit, we're getting that 2x benchmark, okay? His 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 1.86, we're getting 2.5x. Now look at Aaron Judge when we go here. Look, 1.5 bases, head-to-head, 66%, last 15, 73%, last 10, he's gone over 2 bases, 90%, 9 of his last 10, he is on a heater. You got to ride the train. Carlos Rodon, going to be the next person that I want to talk about, but first we will go to Paul Goldschmidt, and I want to show you something unique to Pick Finder. Look how easy this is. You can go see, okay, Paul Goldschmidt versus Nick Pivetta. Bang. 11 at bats, .364 average, 1 home run, 1 RBI, and you can say less. I am taking Paul Goldschmidt. Look at that. I mean, the average is just crispy. And then look at Aaron Judge, though. 18 bats, .278, 2 home runs, and 2 RBIs. People may look at that and get scared, guys, but that is still elite. I don't care. Paul Goldschmidt and Judge, they're both in the mix. You can take both. You can take one. This is Paul Goldschmidt's lines right here, 1.5. He's been just as surgery as Judge has. Last 5, 80%. Last 10, 70%. Last 15, 67%. I mean, the man respects coin, folks. Now, is Pivetta a good pitcher and have a tendency to possibly deal? Yes. Look at his whip, .82, strikeouts per 9, earned runs per 9, 1.78. I mean, the dude deals. But I think Paul Goldschmidt or Judge could be your hitter to get you where you want to go. But I most likely am just going to take the other pitcher that I like today, which is from that game, Carlos Rodon. Depending on what his lines are, 5.5 Ks pays perfect. It pays 2.5x. Remember, Reagan's is a total alt line, but it is boosted. And his 4.5 Ks will pay us almost 2x, not quite. Can he get 6 strikeouts? Yes, but I do like the 4.5, so we're going to need a little bit more. See what they got for Sandy. I was taking Sandy Alcantara under earlier, but they boosted him. They bumped it. Look, it's all the way down to 22.5. I took it under 24.5. It's all the way down to 22.5. I mean, mean, that's crazy. Where's his earned runs? They don't have earned runs on ParlayPlay. ParlayPlay, you're my partners, guys. You got to add earned runs, okay? You got to add it. I'm sorry. You have to add earned runs. Now, I would say Sandy Alcantara over 1.5 walks or 3.5, but hits allowed. But he could get shelled in one inning and not get either of those, which is why I went with 1.5 earned runs. We will talk about him, but for now, let's make this lineup over here. We'll just take our 2.5x here, do 20 to win 50. I'm going to use that other 20 later and build a live stream slip in my live stream on ParlayPlay. Here you go. Brunson, Rhoda, and Reagans. Bang, bang, bang. 2.5x, 3 of 3 cashes us out. Use promo code CRUSH. The link's in the description. 30 days of the cord if you send me the email. A free square from ParlayPlay and the deposit match. You can't beat it with a stick. Now let's investigate these pitchers, shall we? Carlos and Reagans. All right, so we loaded up Crushed Bats, my pitching tool, which will give us real-time simulations of these pitchers versus their games. Let's take a look. Let's look at Sandy first, okay? So we got all the data in there. His strikeout line is 4. His earned run Goblins is 2.5. His hits allowed is 3.5, I think. And his walks is 1.5. Let me double check. His fantasy scores all the way down to 22.5. I gave it to the Discord at 24.5 less. We got 2 points of value. Whatever happens, happens, folks. But you got value. It doesn't matter. You cannot be recency bias. You cannot be results oriented. We got under 16 pitching outs. We got under 24.5. And now the books adjusted, and that is what it is. But we got our coin in good. Whatever happens, happens. So 4 Ks, 4.5 hits allowed. They took off his earned runs Goblin because it was a free square. Literally, that's why it's off the board and there's only demons. And then his walks allowed are also demons. That is hysterical. That is funny, guys. Value town. And we will run this and I will show you. So, okay, now what this is this uses my formulas and algorithms and takes all of it together and runs it 10,000 times. So imagine the Marlins played the Dodgers 10,000 times, and what would happen? Well, I will tell you. Strikeouts. Sandy got 3.4 strikeouts, earned runs 3.6, hits allowed 4 hits, walks 2.5, and he only got 14 pitching outs because he didn't even get to the 5th inning to get a full 15, and you can see the probabilities. The probability of him going over 4 strikeouts is 25%. Now, the Dodgers have been striking out a lot recently. Look at the Braves game, but I still would not be taking Sandy over or under. I would just avoid it, but this signals to us we should be taking under, but I am going to leave it alone because I will not be surprised if the Dodgers strike out 5 times and Sandy still does get shelled because they are going to be swinging for fences just like they did with Elder. Earned runs, 2.5. He goes over 2.5 earned runs 69% of the time in the 10,000 simulations. 69% of the time. So that means for every 1,000 times, he went over 700 of them. You dig? I mean, that is mint. Hits allowed, he hasn't gone over 4.5, only 37% of the time. And that's likely because he gets pulled before he gives up the 5th hit, and then walks 1.5. He's going over 1.5 walks 72% of the time. If you can find Sandy at 1.5 walks, take it. That is his best line. There you go. These are my recommendations. You would take less, take more, take less, and take more. Don't take less on the hits allowed because the simulation is not showing him going to 5 innings, which is why that is showing less. But he very well could pitch 5-6 innings today if he happens to have his stuff. But either way, I'm taking him to get shelled. So that is that. This tool will be available to everyone that holds the gold package in my Discord, which is $24.99 a month, unless you use the promo code for new members. And this is going to help you every single day. You'll have every pitcher. You can run it. You put in the lines, the Goblins, the Demons. It'll give you the probabilities. You want to see his demon walks? Look, so Sandy has a demon walks at 3.5, 2.5, and an earned run demon at 5.5 and 4.5. So we can set it to 3.5 earned runs, 3.5 walks, simulate. Let's see how often he covers the demon. Well, he only gets 3.5 walks 25% of the time. He only gets 3.5 earned runs 48% of the time. So that is why these are paying demons, guys. We know demons are harder to hit, so you'd want to take 3.5 earned runs because he's getting it 48% of the time. You're not getting exactly 50-50, but you're going to get a good payout for that, so you could do that. The walks, it's 1 in 4. Okay, 1 in 4 on the walks, and that's that. So let's take a look at Carlos Rodon, if you will. 5.5 Ks, 1.5 earned runs, I believe it is. Hits allowed, we'll look. Okay, 5.5, 4.5. Sorry this video is long today, guys. It's tough when I'm covering both sports, you know? I mean, what can I do? If you don't mind the videos being long because I'm going in deep, leave me a comment below. Let me know, guys. Okay, 4.5 hits allowed, 1.5 walks, 0.5 earned runs, and 5.5 Ks. 4.5 hits allowed, 0.5 earned runs, which is crazy. That's going to show over. And then 5.5 Ks. Let's see what we got. Okay, look at this. He goes over 5.5 strikeouts 73% of the time. He goes over half an earned run 92% of the time. 92% of the time versus the Padres. But the Padres have been selling lately. My Pirates shelled them. And then he's going under 4.5 hits allowed and over 1.5 walks 76% of the time. So how do we use this data and translate it to a slip or a lineup? We would take the earned run Goblin at 92%. That would be his best Goblin. His best normal line, 5.5 Ks at 73%. Under 4.5 hits allowed, and then walks. But honestly, this is 63% of the time to go over. 73% is higher. So walks 76%, which is a Goblin. The strikeouts is mint. Now, if we change the strikeout line to 4.5, remember, this is simulations. Click simulate. 85% of the time, he's getting 5 strikeouts in this matchup. Again, we ran it 10,000 times, and he's getting it 85% of the time. So we know 5.5 Ks is good, but 4.5 Ks is even better. And now pitchers can go out there. Now listen, just because it's 85%, 70%, that's still 15% of the time where he chalks. We can't just forget about that. 15% is a big number. That's the luck of the draw aspect of this thing. You can make all the right reads and still chalk a slip, but we want to make the right high probability plays day after day. And in the end, the math is going to math. So either one, I don't like that it's popular. The last 5 Kings are eating it up. I mean, I don't know why this line is so low. You can say, oh, well, the Padres don't strike out a lot. Tell it to the Pirates pitchers because they shelled them. Falter anyone? So we will take Carlos there. We took him. And then the last one is Reagan's. You know what? I am not going to run Reagan's. I'm not, because this video is already too long, but I will show you Paul Goldschmidt. Well, we took him on ParlayPlay. That's right. Or we didn't yet. But this is what I would take. They don't have a fantasy score for Paul? For Goldie? Oh, yeah, they do. This is what I would probably take for Goldschmidt. I like his 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs better, but Pivetta can absolutely deal today. I'm telling you, I won't be shocked. I honestly think maybe look at his 4.5 Ks, but that is my NBA and MLB analysis for the day. I hope you guys liked it. Listen, don't forget about that promo, CaptainCrush.net gold package, promo code MLB, all caps. You'll get everything I showed you and those tools, that Crushed Bats tools, you will get to use it all for the same price. I do have a 6-month and a year package as well, which are discounted. We are going to be cooking all summer long. I will provide the tools and the data, and you guys will provide the laughs and the giggles. We're going to sweat it out as a community. Live stream at 5 Central. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please smash that like button, tell a friend, hit subscribe. I'm giving you a big old salute, and as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.